Welcome to your home practice, yogis. Find yourself at the front of your mat. Close your eyes. Start focusing in on your breathing. Inhale really deeply. Open your mouth and audibly exhale, let it go. Do that a few more times at your own pace, trying to reduce any of your movement. So inhale. Really fill up those lungs to the full capacity, and then exhale, let it go. Now starting to move into our Ujjayi breath, which is nasal breathing. And as you inhale, rock slightly towards the heels. As you exhale, rock towards the balls of the feet. And I want you to think about your breath. You're trying to create an ocean sort of sound by pressing the air up against the roof of your mouth and out your nose audibly as you exhale. Flowing with that, as you inhale, move towards the heels, eyes closed. As you exhale, towards the balls of the feet. Think about rolling shoulder blades down the back. Start to notice the bandhas that we talk about in yoga. So our Mula Bandha, those sit bones, you're pulling them closer together. You're tightening sphincters. You're pulling that pelvic floor back towards your sacrum. The navel you're bringing back towards the spine. Continue to flow that. You can maybe take the arms wide, but eyes closed on the exhale. This time try to rise onto the balls of the feet. See if you can balance a little bit. Really engage that navel lock. That's going to help you balance. And then when you're ready, lower down. Inhale, come back. Exhale, rise. This nasal breathing, Ujjayi breath, helps produce nitric oxide. It helps us dilate our blood vessels. Lower down. Maybe one more time with it and see if you can catch just a little bit more hang time of really squeezing those glutes, tightening sphincters, navel backing up. And then when you're ready, lower back down. We'll start to ground into our right foot, so all four corners of the foot. Imagine a line drawn from the arch of your foot, ankle, inner knee, up through your navel, all the way to the crown of the head. Arms again can be wide. Maybe you start to rise onto the ball of the left foot and try lifting it off just a bit. With the eyes closed, maybe play around with it a little bit, moving that foot around. And then whenever you're ready, we'll slowly start to switch sides. So switching into your left foot, ground down through the foot. Again, draw that line. Through the arch of the foot, ankle, inner knee, navel, all the way up to the crown of your head. And then lifting off. And again, you can just take that foot around. Play with it a little bit. It's okay if you wobble and fall. And some days you'll have better balance than others. But notice how the navel engagement really helps you a lot. Beautiful job. All right, so now you can open your eyes. You're going to ground down through your feet. And I'm going to mirror you, but we'll inhale the arms out and up. You're going to grab your right wrist and we're pulling to the opposite side. Notice your rib cage. For you, it's your right rib cage, but really roll it back. Stack that hip, gaze maybe towards the ceiling. And inhale, you'll come center. Exhale, we'll switch to the other side. And inhale, center. And exhale, switch. Nasal breathing still. Really push down through that right heel for you. Inhale, center. And exhale, over. Nice job. Now you'll stay face front, but I'm going to turn to the side so you'll get a better view. But what you're going to do, parallel the feet. Bring the hands to the sacrum. Tuck slightly in the pelvis. Roll the shoulder blades down the back. And on the inhale, rise chest towards the ceiling. And then exhale, we'll slowly forward fold all the way down. So always take a moment here Maybe start to shift a little side to side, pedaling in the heels, just sort of opening your low back, your hamstrings. We can start to move into ragdoll where you'll grab opposite elbows and let the head hang. Take a moment here, start to shift the weight towards the balls of the feet, sending that tailbone up towards the ceiling, lengthening through the crown of the head. So imagine like flattening in your back a bit and let it hang, shifting side to side. Take a moment, switch your grip so the other arm is on top. And still, let's close our eyes and notice our weight. Shift it towards the balls of the feet, send the tailbone up, engage the navel back, the pelvic floor back. Breathe deep. Beautiful. Now starting to walk into a down dog position. So you're stepping into down dog, and I want you to think about a few things. Yes, you're working to drop those heels down to the ground. Bring the elbows in towards one another, pushing back. It's okay if the heels don't touch, but chin to chest. And again, let's take a moment and just sort of bend and straighten the legs. Maybe you start rocking side to side, so on the knife edges of the feet. And then coming center, chin to chest. Close your eyes. Pull the navel back and up, pelvic floor back and up. Breathe deep. And exhale. And then we're going to flow a little bit. So I want you to come into a plank position. Now in your plank, round your spine, tuck your hip bones. So we're not here, we're here. But exhale forward. Inhale, we'll shift back. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Let's hold for just a moment. Let's lift this right leg way off towards the ceiling. And then round and tuck. Bring it towards the elbow or tricep. And take it back up. And back in. And back up. And back in. Last one up. And set it down. Take the knees wide, big toes together. Sink back to child's rest or balasana. Breathe. Reconnect with that nasal ujjayi breath. Now starting to push all the way back up into a down dog again. Here we go. We're going to go on to the other side. But first, exhale, plank. Inhale, down dog. Exhale. Inhale, down dog. Exhale. Lift left leg. So lift it really high. Quadriceps engaged. Flex that foot. We'll bring it in towards the tricep and back out, lift it up. And exhale it. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And step it down. We're going to chaturanga. You can drop to the knees if you need here, but we're bringing those elbows into our side, coming all the way down to the ground. Inhale, lift in the chin and chest, tighten through the glutes. Exhale, fold. Move the hands maybe a little further back. Inhale, up for up dog. And maybe you add a push up here or come to the knees, but we'll push into a down dog position. Take a moment, take that right hand. We're going to take it outside the left thigh, calf, or ankle, adding a little spinal twist here. Notice your feet, they're about shoulder or hip width apart. Coming center, switch sides. Left hand starts to cross over to the thigh, calf, or ankle. Add a little twist to it. Keep the hips even and square. And then coming center. We're going to kick the right leg up so that we come into a three-legged dog. So I want you to really flex this right foot. Aim the toes towards the ground and lengthen out, pushing out of the hands. We'll rise onto the ball of the left foot, rounding the thoracic spine, tuck hip bones towards low ribs, bring it to the outside of the tricep. Inhale, drop it back. Exhale, left side. Inhale, take it back. And then let's take it to center. Hold for just a moment. Breathe. Close your eyes. And then Maybe you gently set it up in between the hands, maybe you grab it, but we'll move into a warrior one position. So warrior one, remember we're working our hips towards the front of our mats. It's okay if they don't get there, breathe. Nice and deep, and we'll flow here. So exhale, warrior three, Virabhadrasana 3. Inhale, step it back. Continue to flow, exhale. Inhale, and exhale, and inhale, drop it back. So turning this left foot towards the front, we're squaring our hips for a pyramid pose. So let's start to forward fold, hands on hips at first. Really tuck this left hip under, lengthen through the spine, exhale, forward fold. And again, you can have a slight bend here if you need, but on each inhale, create length, exhale, fold, push weight into your front right heel, breathe. Inhale, we're going to lengthen. We're going to bend in the right foot, stepping back on the left, push into the ground, round the thoracic spine, start to lift right leg all the way up, and setting it down beside the left. So let's kick left leg up, doing the same thing, that three-legged dog. Square the hip towards the ground, flex the left foot, aim the toes towards the ground, breathe. Rise onto the ball of the right foot. Exhale, take that knee towards left tricep or elbow. Inhale, drop right heel, lift. Exhale. Inhale. And here we come, center. Exhale, hold, breathe. Then maybe you drop it. Gently, maybe set it and grab it. Turning to lift for warrior one on the other side. So again, we're working the hips towards the front. It's okay if you're not all the way there. Hold for a moment. Check in with this pelvic floor navel engagement. Find a drishti point, that place to stare at, and here we go. Exhaling up to warrior three. Step it back, bending in the left leg. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Nice work. Here we go again. Exhale. And inhale, lift. Starting to drop down to frame this left foot. We're going to step into, I forgot about this part, step into a pyramid. So again, come to hands at hip, square the hips towards the front, and start to lean forward. So again, check in with this hip. We're tucking it underneath, lengthening through the spine, and then we start to forward fold down. Inhale, you lift to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Push, weight into the front left heel, breathe. Nice and deep. Nice, starting to frame the foot now. We're stepping back onto the ball of the right foot, pushing into the ground to round the spine and tuck the hip bones. It'll help create space. Inhale, take this left leg all the way up. And stepping it down beside the right. We're going to switch sides again. So kick right leg back up. Rise onto the toes. Exhale, come straight to the middle. Hold for just a moment again. And setting this right foot down. We're dropping for Anjaneyasana. So right ankle in front of right knee, sinking into the hip. Now you can come halfway up or all the way. Then we drop the hands, stack the left hip over the left knee, forward fold, half split. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop it down. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, drop, and let's hold for a moment here. So inhale, lengthen in the spine. Be aware of this right hip. We're not sending it forward right now. We're keeping it even and forward fold. See if you can close your eyes again. Allow gravity to help you sort of sink a little deeper, opening that hamstring and hip. Breathe nice and deep. Nice, so then we start to walk forward again. Here we go, we're going into that lunge. Push into the ground, rounding the spine, tucking the hip bones. Inhale, kick that right leg up and back. Step it down beside the left, switching sides. Left leg comes up. Rise to the ball of the right foot, round in the thoracic spine. spine, tuck hip bones, bring that knee into heart center, hold. And then gently we'll set it down. So here we move for Anjaneyasana on the other side. Left ankle in front of left knee, sinking the hips forward. Again, you can rise halfway or arms all the way up, dropping the shoulders down. Here we go, we stack right hip over right knee. Exhale, fold. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale, fold. Hold here for just a moment. So again, checking in. This left hip is not going out in front. You're keeping it even. You'll inhale to create space. You exhale, fold it down. Breathe. Walking those hands back out to frame that left foot. You rise onto the ball of the right foot. Push and tuck. So here's the spine, rounding and tucking. Add space for us. Inhale. Taking it all the way back. Stepping it down beside the other foot. So now we're going to bring big toes together. Bend in the knees. Take the gaze out in front. Here's our weight shifts. So inhale, weight towards the feet. Exhale, weight towards your hands. Maybe you continue just to rock. Maybe you add your little mini donkey kick. And it doesn't have to be beautiful or graceful. Just give it a go. Inhale, back. Exhale, maybe you start to stack. Inhale, exhale. And wherever you are, you can walk, jump, step, crawl, hop to the front of your mat. You're going to inhale all the way up for Utkatasana or chair pose. So I'll talk through this one again for a moment. But you're here, the toes are engaged. We're not sinking into low back. We're tucking slightly, we're lengthening through the arms. So nice straight arms. Lifting up, breathing. Let's sink a little bit more towards the heels. Keep the sternum lifted. Keep that hip bone to rib cage alignment. And here we go. We're going to exhale, rise onto the balls of the feet. Chest is still open. We're leading with the sternum. Inhale back. And again, exhale. And inhale back. And exhale, let's go up and hold. Engage the navel. Pull the knees really nice and tight. Roll those shoulder blades down. Lift the palms. And thumbs a little closer. And palms higher. And thumbs a little closer. And palms higher. Nice. Sweep down. Inhale, rise. Give yourself a little back bend. And exhale, we'll sink and start to add our twisting. So left elbow to the outside of your right knee. And I'll do the opposite for you right now. But think about it. Going on the outside of the knee. Keep your knees even. Don't let your left knee slide forward. So even and twist. And we'll inhale, rise. Exhale, you'll go to your left side. And again, inhale, rise. And exhale, twisting to your side. Last one, inhale. Exhaling over. So now you're twisted to your right side. Inhale, lengthen in the spine. Exhale, add a little twist. Think about shifting into your right foot. Lifting that left heel towards the left glute. Maybe you do a little bit of this. Maybe you're just kind of working on the bounce. But if you get there, lengthen that leg out. Left leg out. Left knee comes back in. Maybe you test it a couple times. Maybe you take a second and step it back so we're in Alanasana or crescent pose. So coming all the way up for our Alanasana or crescent. The only difference between this and warrior one is that back foot. So now you're on the ball of the back foot, sinking nice and deep. Breathe with this. Notice your navel engagement, so don't sink into our lumbar spine again. Tuck slightly. We're going to drop the left knee and bend it. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bend it. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bend. And inhale it up. Beautiful job. Start to frame this right foot again. So we're coming down. Push, round, tuck. Lift the right leg off. Kick it back. And step it down. Here's our opportunity for those donkey kicks again. So bending in the knees. Inhale back. Exhale, maybe you shift weight into your hands and come down. That wasn't beautiful, but do what you can. It's always different for everyone. Eventually, you're gonna meet at the front of your mat. So sweep those arms down. Here we go again, Utkatasana. We're gonna switch sides. So starting to your right, exhale, twist. Inhale, rise. Exhale the other way. Inhale. And exhale, twist. Inhale, rise. Now going back to that left side. Your right elbow is going outside the left knee. Your gaze goes out to the side. You engage the navel back. Those are the things that help you balance. Start to shift into that left leg. Maybe you start to lift the right leg off some. Little tiny lifts. Maybe you lift and glue the knees. Maybe you play with the left or right leg going back. But eventually we step all the way back to our Alanasana or crescent. So coming up for Alanasana or crescent. Again, check in. Don't sink in the low back. Tuck slightly, engage. Drop the shoulder blades down. Lengthen through the arms. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale, beautiful job. And then slowly let's start to go back down with it. Here we go again. Push into the ground, round, tuck in the spine. Lifting left leg up. And taking it all the way back. Now we'll bring it all the way through. So exhale, take it all the way back through. And we're going to turn towards the front of the room. So you may have turned the other direction, but either way is fine. We're turning so that we're sideways on our mat. So from here, we're going to first forward fold. This is Padottanasana. So you're going to start to forward fold. Think about your weight again. Shift your weight slightly towards the balls of the feet. Send the crown of the head down and the tailbone up. And as you do this, notice your spine. So rather than having a really rounded spine here, see if you can create a really long spine, and then you're hinging at the hips to get a little bit deeper, rather than rounding to get down. So if that means you're higher up, you're higher up. But I want you to think about lengthening through the spine as you forward fold. Close your eyes, notice your breathing. Nice, so let's start to walk those hands out about. We're gonna bend in the knees, your toes are face towards the side of your mat, so you'll be here. I want you to lengthen your arms out. So again, we're checking in with the midline, the midsection. Don't sink into your back. Tuck slightly, sink a little bit deeper. Breathe. Lower the shoulder blades down the back. Squat a little deeper. Sink the weight back towards the heels. Let's take little mini pulses. Engage those bandhas. Breathe. For 8, 7, 6. Good job. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, rise. Exhale, let's move to Stupa or Goddess pose. So you're turning your legs out in Stupa or Goddess. I want you to be aware of your knee and ankle alignment again here. So not a tiny stance where your knees start to shoot over. Take a nice wide stance, sink deep. Then check in with your shoulders. You don't want to be leaning forward here. You want to sit tall, so shoulders and hips align. Sink a little bit deeper. Close your eyes for a moment. Test your balance. Engage that navel. Engage the lower bandha as well, that mula bandha. Tightening sphincters, pulling sit bones together. Breathe. Breathe. Now, with your eyes closed, or if you need to open for a second, please do so. But what you're going to do is we're doing a little mini pulse back with our knees. So back and neutral, and back and neutral. Maybe close your eyes, and back and neutral, and back and neutral, and back and neutral. Inhale, lift your arms up, rise tall. Beautiful. Exhale, sink arms wide. So I like to take the Skinyana Mudra. It's like an okay sign, but it stands for creativity and knowledge. And then lift your elbows up. So we're starting to engage the triceps. Even more. You're gonna take the right hand, dropping it down towards the ground, and don't lean forward. Open still in the chest, keeping the hip, shoulder, knee all aligned, looking up. We come center on the inhale. We exhale over. We inhale. Good job. We exhale. Nice work, you guys. Inhale. And exhale. And come center. Inhale, rise all the way up. Beautiful job. All right, taking those hands down to the side. Inhale, we're going to take weight back towards our heels. Exhale, shift a little weight into your hands. Now again, the back is important here. So a flat back makes this a little harder. I want you to actually round and tuck as you do this because it'll really engage your core. So you're inhaling weight towards your heels, and you exhale, shift a little weight towards your hands, and maybe rise onto your toes. So continue to rock at your own pace. Maybe you exhale and take a little mini hop. Maybe you exhale and come up out of this completely. But wherever you are, just kind of give yourself grace because you do not have to push up into a handstand for this to be working for you. You're building lots of strength. And you guys are to the side. So you'll inhale, exhale, just push some weight. So you'll really feel your shoulders. You'll really feel your navel engage. And back. Last one, up. And back. Now, moving through Skandasana. Starting to bend to one side. And then to the other. Flow with your breathing. Exhaling as you sink down. Maybe you start to lift off the hands to a prayer position. Imagine though wherever you are, sinking that weight back towards the heels. So you can still be high doing Skandasana. Breathing deep. And I'm going to meet on the left side for a moment. So try to hang out into your left foot. So your left foot down. Maybe you're here and just working the weight back towards the heel. Maybe you come a little further down and you start to flip the foot. But bring those hands to heart center for a second. Maybe even take that left elbow inside the left knee. And think about trying to sit taller, sinking your hips down. Breathe. Now slowly we're going to take our time and switch sides. So again, sink the weight back towards the heel if you're standing. If you can sink a little bit lower, tailbone goes down, chest and crown go up. Close your eyes again. Breathe. Nice. Let's slowly start to walk back to the front of our mat. So you guys will be facing forward. We're again pushing into the ground, rounding the spine, tucking the hip bones, lift this left foot back off, and step it down. We're going to come down to a tabletop position. Let's cat-cow a few times just to get comfortable with it. So your knees and fingertips and palms are aligned. Inhale, lift in the chin and chest, lowering down. Exhale, round and tuck. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, round and tuck. Last one. And exhale, round and tuck. Now come to a neutral spine. Engage from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Don't sink again in the low back. We're tucking slightly here, so we're supporting our lumbar spine. Kick the left leg out. The right arm comes out. Breathe. Flex the left toes. Aim them towards the ground. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale out. Exhale. And out. And exhale it in. Inhale it out. Now holding here for just a moment, I want you to really flex the left foot and bend the left knee. Gaze is down. The knee is down, not out. Down. Lift a little higher. Engage through here and lift and lift and lift and lift for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, round. Bring knee and elbow together. Inhale, take it out. Now again, bend in this leg. Start to lift in the chest. Maybe you take the right arm towards the back. Maybe you grab onto the knife edge of this left foot. Knee is still aimed towards the ground. Maybe you kick into it. This is Virabhadrasana or tiger pose. Lengthen out. and come back together. So we're gonna switch sides now. Left arm comes out, right arm comes back. Again, engage through the navel. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale it out. Exhale round. Inhale it out. Exhale round. Inhale it out. Now here we go again. Engage and lengthen. Bending the right foot. Knee towards the ground and lift. And lift. And lift. And lift. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then here we go again. Let's take it together for a second. Exhale. Inhale it out. Bend the right knee. Aim the knee down towards the ground. Inhale, lifting the chin and chest. Maybe reach back with the left arm towards the knife edge of the right foot. If you get it, kick into it. Virasana, tiger pose. Lengthen everything out. And drop it back down. Slowly, let's start to walk the hands back towards the feet. You'll put your hands at your heels. Your forehead goes towards your knee. This is rabbit pose. And then you lift the hips, rounding in the spine. Breathe deep. Nice work. Slowly start to come out of that. And we're going to crawl all the way back out for a moment. We're going to push back up into a down dog. And we're going to kick right leg up. Start to bring that right leg in again towards the right tricep. Then you'll start to cross the right ankle towards the left wrist. So we're moving into pigeon. The main thing about this pose is do not start to roll out on the right hip. I want you to keep everything square. So if that requires you to be a little higher, be high. So wherever this place is for you, just don't roll on the right hip. You can even put a blanket or a block or something underneath your right hip. Start to walk back. This is like a half split pigeon. So wherever you are, take those little toes in the back. Give yourself a tiny step back. Lifting the chin and the chest. We inhale. Exhale. You can start to walk forward. Maybe to the palms, maybe to the elbows. Notice your weight. Keep it off of the right hip. Close your eyes. Breathe. Now, if you'd like this to go a little deeper, you're not feeling it at all, like if you're super hypermobile, you can take the left hand, thread it underneath the right armpit, dropping down to the left shoulder. You can take right arm up wherever you are and drop it down the low back. Maybe, or you reach for those toes. Maybe you grab onto the toes. And then also, this left hand can reach towards the right shoulder. Breathe. Close your eyes. Nice, slowly take your time with this. We'll unwind. Really pressing the hands into the ground. Tuck the left toes, round in the spine, lift all the way up. And step it down. We're going to switch sides. So left leg comes up. Rise. Tuck in the spine. Keep that knee into heart center. Hold it for just a minute, but here we go again. Left knee is starting to go towards the left wrist, the right foot is going towards the right wrist. Again, do not roll out onto this left hip. Let's sit really nice and tall. So if that means that you're high, stay high. So if that means you're here, you're here. But if you can go a little deeper, you maybe take that little baby step back with your right foot. Inhale, lift in the chin and chest. Exhale, start to fold. Maybe you drop to the forearms. Maybe you stay on the palms. And if you did it last time and you'd like a little bit deeper stretch, you can take the right hand, thread it underneath the left armpit, starting to lay on the right shoulder. Left hand can come up to drop on the low back, or maybe reach for those toes, but your right arm can go to push the shoulder, the left shoulder back. Breathe. Nice, slowly start to unwind from this, and you can simply take the right leg around, and we'll bring it out in front of us. We're going to move into Navasana, or boat pose. So in Navasana, Notice your sternum. Do not round and reach forward. I want you to sit really nice and tall on top of these sit bones, pulling the navel to the spine, lengthening the arms out. You're onto your toes. Maybe you lift your feet off. Engage, lift. I always like to spot or find a drishti point, somewhere a little like higher in the ceiling line. Maybe you lift the feet higher. Engage, lift, hold. Notice your breathing. Nasal breathing. Now let's drop to low boat. You can bend the legs slightly if you need, but you're tucking the hips towards the low ribs and dropping down. You want your entire back on the ground. So if it starts to pop up, then lift your legs a little bit higher. But here we go, we're gonna come back up. Maybe you bend the knees, maybe you lengthen all the way to full boat. Exhale, let's go down. And lift it up. Ooh, I'm shaking too. Exhale, go down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, go down. Hold it. Can we flex the feet and turn them out? And let's take these hands and lift. And lift. And lift. And lift. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Lower all the way down. Interlace the palms. Flip them overhead. And give yourself a nice long stretch here. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let it go. So now we'll take the right leg up. You can simply bend the right knee, cross it over to the left side, looking out over your right arm. If you want a little deeper lumbar stretch and a little hip adduction, maybe you cross the thighs in an eagle-like position and even interlace the feet, but they will again, everything with the right thigh over left, will go off to the left, looking out over your right shoulder. Try to keep both shoulders down. Again, I encourage you to close your eyes. Focus in on nasal breathing. Twists are great for digestion. This one in particular is great for the lumbar spine, to open the vertebrae. Allow fluid to move. Now coming center, we'll switch sides. So you're going to take the left leg up. Again, you can just with a bent leg, cross it over towards the right, looking out over your left shoulder. If you want a deeper stretch for the lumbar and more adduction of the hips, you'd cross the left thigh over the right. Maybe you interlace the feet as well, but still, the legs go off to the right. You look out over your left shoulder. Breathe. Nice, coming center. We'll move into happy baby. So basically you're taking your knees wide, you're grabbing the outer edges of your feet, the ninth edges of your feet. Now you can even add a little rocking here by pulling with one bicep to bring the knee towards the ground. And then switching sides. Switching sides. And then we'll add a bit of a back bend here. So you're going to bring your heels towards your glutes. Keep the knees parallel. Starting, tucking in the hip bones, one vertebrae at a time, we're coming to a low bridge. So think about bringing those knees a little closer together, lifting your hips a bit higher. Your hands can go down on the ground. You can even interlace the fingers behind your back and rise a little higher up onto the shoulders. But I want you to think about knees coming closer together, hips coming a little higher. Knees a little closer, hips a little bit higher. Knees a little closer, hips a little bit higher. Now hold, close your eyes. Squeeze. Notice your navel and pelvic floor, pull it back. Nice. And then starting at the top of your spine, we're rolling down one vertebra at a time. And then bring those knees in and give them a nice big hug. Nice job. Coming back to it. Now I'm going to offer a little bit of back bending. You can literally do the same one that we did just a second ago, that same bridge. If you want a little more to it, you take your fingertips, towards your shoulders, and you'd start to push up to the crown of the head. If you want more than that, you push into the hands and start to rise up. If you get into a full back bend, you can start to push, straightening your legs and sending your weight over your hands. Be gentle with yourselves. Back bends can be quite a bit. So if you haven't done one in a while, maybe staying down in that low bridge is great. Drop the chin towards the chest and we start to come down one vertebra at a time. Again, you can bring those knees into heart center, roll around. And next we'll offer a little bit of inversions here. So you can take the legs straight up, hips, knees, ankles aligned, and just kind of hang out here. If you have a block, it's nice to have that underneath your sacrum. If you'd like to move into shoulder stand, got that space here, you're propping yourself up onto your elbows. You're starting to kick the feet up and walking the hands up the back to the top of those hip bones, those iliac crests. Keep your gaze or your nose always straight up. If you want to walk higher into it, you can walk higher. If you want to interlace and bind, you can bind if that's in your practice already. But try to take a moment and hold. Squeeze the glutes. Send the heels or the toes towards the ceiling. Breathe. Imagine creating a really long cervical spine, which is your neck. Maybe start to drop over to plow. So feet overhead. If you bound your hands, I always recommend switching your grip. Then from here, you can stay here. Maybe you bend your knees to hug your ears and squeeze and lengthen the spine. And then whenever you're ready, you'll roll down one vertebra at a time, moving into Shavasana, which is in corpse pose. Basically, find a comfortable position on your back. Relax your arms down by your sides. Try to let your feet fall. And our main goal in Shavasana is to slow down the breathing. So imagine, especially on your exhales, release just a little bit of air at a time. Take a nice deep inhale and open your mouth and do that again at your own pace. You can start wiggling your fingers or toes. Maybe eventually you roll to one side. Holding for just a moment. Literally feel tension release to the floor. Whenever you're ready, we'll come to a comfortable seated position. Close your eyes. Move into a little bit of that variation of Nadi Shodhana that we've done before if you've taken classes. Your right hand crosses on your forehead, your 4 fingers on your forehead. You're closing off your right nostril to just breathe through your left nostril. This left nostril is linked with our parasympathetic nervous system and is meant to be calming. So 4 cycles of really slow breathing. Whenever you're ready, switching sides, so you'll take your left hand, 4 fingers on your forehead, you're closing off your left nostril with your left thumb to just breathe through the right side. 4 really nice cycles, slow exhales. This is our energetic or sympathetic side. Whenever you're ready, let's meet hands, heart center. Bow your heads. Remember, you don't have to see the whole staircase to take the first step. Namaste. And truthfully, you don't. I know we've all got a lot of crazy stuff going on right now with the coronavirus, and just know that you can do this. Just take it one step at a time. Or even as in Frozen, they say, just do the next right thing. So namaste, you guys. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully you liked it. If you have questions, always feel free to reach out, DM me, or text message or whatnot. Bye.